Alright folks, hi, we're back with the second video. Let me show you some more process here on Uncle Lou's cigar shop. What I've done is I've added interior bracing in the back. And the reason you do this is when you paint it, mainly it happens with watercolors, paints like this, because it's so much water-based. And I use a lot of the Walmart brand paints and Hobby Lobby paints because they're cheap. They're like 99 cents to $1 a bottle. But what happens is this wood's so thin, if you don't brace it like this, then it'll warp. And you usually have to, whatever color you're going to paint your building, you usually paint both sides to keep it from warping. I've only added the bracing, but on the sides you see here, I hope you can see that, is I added the side boards here, trim, as it required in the directions here to which ones I'm supposed to do. I'll show you the page so you can see. Here on the bottom it shows you what to brace and how to brace it. I'll build up my foundation here. These three pieces have the top two pieces have adhesive sticking, so you don't have to use glue to stick them together. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to paint it like a granite gray, like a cement color, and then I'll add some brown pastel chalks to make it look weathered and it'll look more realistic. Also, while I'm here, I'll show you some of the tools I use. I use these clippers. They're good for clipping wire and the plastic sprues on the model, like in the windows here, to clip them out is good to have. Scissors. I use a pair of scissors, crafting scissors. You can pick up anywhere like Hobby Lobby. I use it for the trimming out the photographs that go on the side of the buildings, or stuff like this, the yawning, trimming out. I also use, now on these laser cut woods, the best thing to use is Elmer's Carpenter's Wood Glue for this. I recommend. Now on plastic models, I use a thing like this, which is liquid cement for plastic models. On the signs, on the back of the signs, I use Elmer's Clear Glue. So as you can see, there's many tools to the trade, but you can save a lot of money. You don't have to have anything expensive. I use, I just bought up some round, cheap sandpaper I use to sand things. Paint brushes. I usually get a set at Hobby Lobby for like $12, and you usually get like 30 brushes in them. So you don't have to have expensive things to do this, or expensive tweezers. Tweezers is always good for the small parts that you can't get a hold of. Sometimes use a ruler, just a wooden ruler, to make lines in the concrete. Just different things. These little tools, they're like wood carving tools. They're really good. Like this one here is good for like drilling holes in the side of the walls if you need them. And then I got my little paint tray there with a cup that I use for the painting. My work area, I apologize, it's really messy, but I really need to clean it up better when I'm working with things. But next step I'm going to do is you can usually paint these with the water base, like I said, or you can best thing to do is layers. The more layers, the more detail, the more realistic it's going to look. I use just cheap sponges that you use in dishes, for dishes, to dab paint and do my rust, or it makes it look like old paint coming off the walls, which I'll show in another video sometime on how to do that. Basically, I'm just showing you the steps. I'm not going to show you the actual techniques. Later on, I can do that in other videos and show you techniques. Or I recommend you going to YouTube and looking up Jason Jensen Trains. This is where I learn all my techniques if you're interested in learning how to make these models look so real. So my next step basically is to paint these. I can either use, like I said, the water-based paints or the cheap Krylon $4 or $5 cans of spray paint from Walmart, primer and paint. I'm probably going to use, on this building, I'm thinking the primer, and I like this red color I think I'm going with. I'll show you which one. Kind of like the way it looks. I'm probably going to do this as a base coat, satin color. It's kind of burgundy. See, I got different colors for different things. This stuff's really good for cement texture. It's called stone coarse texture, and I'll show you what it looks like on one of my models here. Like here, you can see it looks like gravel or cement. You just spray that on and let it dry. I used ballast on this one, which is like gravel for model trains. There's one I'm talking about, using a pencil and lines for your concrete. I made it look like cracks in that one. So there's very many different techniques you can use. But yeah, the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spray this with primer, and then I'm going to weather it probably with white paint, and then put my signs on and put the structure together. And be another video after that showing the process as it goes. Thanks for watching.